Beloved, chosen one, stop scrolling. Heaven has just interrupted your timeline. Everything around you, the noise, the endless thoughts, the worries has been silenced by divine command. In this very moment, heaven bends toward you. You are not here by coincidence. You are here because God sent two mighty angels to rescue you, and their arrival has altered the atmosphere of your destiny. Feel it, the stillness that suddenly wrapped around your soul, the heaviness that lifts even as you read. That is not imagination, that is divine presence. The unseen world has turned its gaze upon you. You, the one who thought you were forgotten, are the reason heaven moved. You are the reason two celestial beings now stand at the edge of your reality, waiting for your answer. Listen carefully. This is not entertainment. This is encounter. You have been pursued by mercy, even when you were running from purpose. Every battle you survived, every heartbreak you endured, every tear that no one saw, heaven recorded it. And now the Father says, it is time. Time for freedom. Time for healing. Time to awaken to who you truly are. Beloved, for 21 minutes, the realm of eternity stretches a hand toward you. Every second is sacred. The angels are not waiting on anyone else. They are waiting on you. You may think this moment found you by accident, but in truth, this moment was written before time began. You have walked through fires that should have burned you, yet you are still standing. That is proof that divine hands have always been near. You have felt unseen, but heaven never lost sight of you. The same power that raised nations, split seas, and opened prison doors now hovers over your life. Your story is not over. It is being rewritten as you read these very words. There were moments when you felt your prayers hit the ceiling and fall silent. Yet heaven was already moving behind the scenes. The delay was never denial, it was design. Every unanswered plea became a seed of destiny that would bloom at the appointed hour, this hour. The hands that formed galaxies are the same hands holding your future. The same breath that spoke stars into being now whispers over your spirit. Rise again. Nothing lost will remain lost, and nothing broken is beyond repair. Heaven's restoration will surpass what you even dared to imagine. Even in your weakness, the glory of God shines brighter. Every scar becomes a testimony. Every wound becomes a wellspring of wisdom. You are stepping into the chapter where pain turns into power, and ashes turn into crowns. The angels sent to you are witnesses of your awakening. We are reminded through the writings of David in the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 7, "The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them." Do you see? Chosen one, you are surrounded. Deliverance is not coming, it is already here. The angels that stand beside you carry swords of light, cutting through every shadow that tried to hold you captive. You were never defenseless. You were never alone. The enemy tried to convince you that no one heard your cries. But heaven not only heard them, it responded with an army. And now, as you breathe in these words, something begins to shift inside you. Peace begins to settle where panic used to live. Strength begins to return to places that felt hollow. The countdown of mercy has begun, but not to frighten you, to wake you. 21 minutes to choose obedience, to say yes, to let go of the old story that chained you. Do not delay. The Spirit of God is calling you to rise. to claim the rescue already sent in your name. You have been set apart since before your first breath. That sense of difference you carried all your life was never rejection, it was recognition. Heaven recognized your potential. Even when earth misunderstood your pain. You are a carrier of divine light in a world drowning in shadow. The two angels have been sent to guide you now, one burning with holy fire to cleanse your path, the other radiant with peace to guard your heart. They do not come to negotiate, they come to fulfill divine instruction. But your voice unlocks their power. When you say yes, heaven moves. This is your moment of alignment. Don't let doubt speak louder than destiny. Don't let fear tell you that you've missed your chance. As long as you can still hear this message, grace is still reaching for you. Chosen one, take this seriously. Lift your eyes. Heaven has chosen to interrupt your ordinary so you can step into extraordinary. You were never meant to blend in, you were meant to blaze with purpose. If this word has stirred your spirit, respond now. Like, share, and subscribe so that this divine message finds others whose rescue is waiting. Leave your prophetic mark below. Comment the number 777 as your declaration that you accept heaven's call and the angel's protection. Your response activates your rescue. The angels are moving, their wings brushing through the veil between realms. The next 21 minutes carry the weight of eternity. Make your yes echo through heaven. The air around you thickens. Chosen one. Something unseen stirs in the atmosphere, subtle, yet powerful enough to shift the weight of your spirit. You may not realize it, but an invisible war has been waged for you long before this moment. Heaven and darkness have contended over your destiny. Every hardship you faced, every temptation that tried to pull you down, was not random, it was warfare. From the moment you were marked as chosen, you became a target. The enemy does not chase the ordinary, it hunts what carries eternal value. You carry that value. That is why storms surrounded your childhood. Why misunderstanding clung to your relationships. Why peace always seemed just beyond your grasp. You were born into battle because heaven placed greatness inside you. The two mighty angels sent to you are not just protectors, they are warriors of purpose. They do not come bearing gentle songs, they come bearing swords. Their presence is proof that the conflict over your life has reached a breaking point. One stands as a wall of fire, the other as a shield of light. Between them, your name shines like a burning seal, evidence that you belong to the kingdom that cannot be shaken. Everything you have felt, the pressure, the chaos, the fear was not meant to destroy you. It was designed to awaken you. You are not the victim of a curse, you are the carrier of an assignment. Darkness has tried to whisper lies about your worth. But heaven speaks louder. The very fact that you're reading this is a sign that the war is shifting in your favor. Heaven speaks clearly through the words written in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20, verse 4. For the Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you victory. There it is, your assurance. You are not fighting alone. Even when you could not pray, heaven was fighting for you. Even when you doubted your faith, divine hands were still protecting your path. The angels assigned to your life have not been idle. They have been standing guard, waiting for the moment you would awaken to their presence. That moment is now. Look deeper within yourself. You have felt spiritual exhaustion, as if something unseen has been draining your strength. That weariness was never natural, It was the residue of battle, but your spirit has survived the assaults of despair. You are still here, still standing, still breathing. That is evidence that the Lord's armies have surrounded you. The same way Elisha's servant's eyes were opened to see chariots of fire. Your eyes too are being opened to see that you are not alone. There is warfare in unseen places right now, angelic wings moving faster than light, intercepting what was sent to harm you. Every lie, every curse, every false word spoken against you is being cut down by swords forged in holy fire. The enemy has been stripped of authority over your timeline. Where confusion ruled, clarity will rise. Where fear dwelled, courage will awaken. Listen closely. Chosen one. The enemy has tried to make you believe that you are small, forgotten, and powerless. But the truth is the opposite. You are dangerous to darkness. Your obedience terrifies hell. Your prayers shake unseen foundations. Every time you stand back up, the enemy loses ground. That's why he's been trying to silence your worship, to exhaust your hope, to convince you that heaven has turned away. But heaven never left. If your eyes could see what heaven sees, you would fall to your knees in awe. You would see legions of light standing shoulder to shoulder around you, surrounding your home, your mind, your heart. Every shadow that tried to attach itself to your life trembles in their presence. The war is real, but so is the victory. Chosen one, do not fear the shaking you feel. It is not destruction, it is deliverance. The old chains must fall so that new authority can rise. The angels are not fighting just for survival. They are clearing the path for your destiny to move forward. Every delay that once frustrated you is being burned away in holy fire. Take a moment now. Breathe in. Feel the peace settling over you again. That peace is not empty. It's the afterglow of battle won in your favor. Heaven has declared, enough. Enough torment. Enough wandering. Enough doubt. The time for confusion is over. The light of God's presence is reclaiming what was taken. The war was never about your comfort, it was about your calling. The reason you have endured so much opposition is because you are carrying something world-changing inside you. Your voice will free others. Your testimony will ignite faith in broken hearts. That's why the enemy fought so hard, but he lost. The angels are securing the ground now. They stand guard at the threshold of your new beginning. The invisible battle that has drained you for years is ending. Victory has already been spoken over your name in heaven's court. You are not just surviving, you are rising as a warrior of divine light. Rest in this truth. Beloved, you are safe. You are seen. You are shielded. What was meant to bury you will now become the ground from which your purpose blooms. The war may be invisible, but your rescue will be undeniable. Chosen one. There has always been something different about you. You sensed it in quiet moments when the world's noise faded, and your heart whispered that you were meant for more. You could never quite fit in. Could you? That wasn't failure. It was calling. The divine fingerprint on your soul refused to let you blend with what was ordinary. Before you even took your first breath, your name was spoken in heaven's chambers. It was not spoken softly. It was declared with power. The Father assigned angels to your timeline, marking you for purpose that would one day break through the shadows trying to hide you. You were marked long ago, before betrayal, before heartbreak, before fear. Every time you survived something that should have destroyed you, you were witnessing the signature of divine preservation. Every setback was really a setup, a hidden layer of preparation for your destiny. You are not walking through random chaos, you are walking through divine choreography, as was spoken in the sacred texts of old, written in the book of Jeremiah. Chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. There were moments when you looked at others and wondered why their lives seemed easier. But ease is never evidence of purpose. Pressure is. The diamond within you could only emerge through intensity. Every rejection you faced refined you. Every failure taught you the sound of resilience. And every silent night prepared you to hear heaven's voice. You are not behind schedule. You are right on heaven's clock. What looked like delay was divine disguise, God hiding you until the appointed time. Just like he hid Moses in the reeds, Joseph in the prison, and David in the field. The world saw obscurity, heaven saw incubation. Even your scars have purpose. They are not proof of your defeat, but proof of your survival. Those wounds are doorways through which others will find healing. When you speak of your pain, you will release freedom. When you forgive what hurt you, you will unlock heaven's favor in dimensions you've never known. The angels sent to you have guarded your destiny like royal sentinels, ensuring that even when you drifted, your purpose didn't die. You may have thought you lost years, but heaven wastes nothing. Every tear watered the seed of your calling. Every dark season deepened your roots in faith. Chosen one, there's something stirring, even now, an awakening of memory within your spirit. You are remembering what heaven already knows about you, that you are anointed to shift atmospheres, to speak light into confusion, to carry the presence of the Almighty wherever you go. That's why your presence unsettles darkness without you saying a word. You carry a frequency that cannot be copied. And now the veil begins to lift. You start to understand that you were never disqualified, only delayed until your maturity matched your mission. Heaven cannot release certain mantles until your heart is ready to hold them. You have reached that readiness. You are the living fulfillment of a prophecy written long before your birth. Every choice to rise again, every prayer whispered through tears, every moment you refused to quit, all of it has summoned this moment. The angels who fought for you now bow beside you, for the word of the Lord concerning your life is being activated. Look closely, your wilderness is turning into your training ground. The same places where you felt abandoned are about to become altars of remembrance. You will look back and realize that God never left you. He was teaching you how to walk by faith, not by sight. Your assignment is rising. Your authority is expanding. But heaven waits for one thing, your agreement. Say yes to the calling that burns within you. Say yes to becoming who you were always meant to be. Now, beloved chosen one, let this moment seal what heaven has spoken. Type these words as your declaration below, I am ready. Type them not as an act of emotion, but as a prophetic response. When you write those 3 words, you're not just commenting, you're aligning. You're saying to heaven, I agree with what has been written about me. Those words will echo in the spirit realm, summoning clarity where confusion reigned and authority where hesitation lived. For too long, you have carried questions about your worth, your path, your place. Today, heaven answers, you are seen, you are called, you are ready. The angels stand still, waiting for your yes. Once it is spoken, your next chapter begins, and the light within you will burn brighter than ever before. You were marked long ago, and no power of darkness can erase that mark. The time of wandering is over. The time of walking in purpose has begun. Say it aloud. Say it with conviction. And type it so the world may witness your agreement with heaven's decree. I am ready. Chosen one. The heavens have seen every tear that fell from your eyes. None of them were wasted. They were gathered like drops of gold into the vessels of mercy. Every sigh, every moment when your heart ached and you wondered if God was still near, He was closer than you knew. The angels sent to rescue you have carried the record of your endurance before the throne. In the realm where nothing is forgotten, your pain has become testimony. You have walked through seasons that silenced your laughter. You have hidden your grief behind smiles that fooled even those closest to you. But heaven was watching, tenderly noting each moment of sorrow. Every prayer whispered through shaking breath was heard. Every night you fell asleep with questions became an altar where faith was tested and found genuine. Beloved, pain does not disqualify you, it refines you. The very wounds you wished away have become doorways for divine compassion. What once made you weak now makes you wise. God has seen how you loved even when unloved, how you gave even when empty, how you kept believing when logic screamed to quit. That kind of faith is rare. It moves heaven itself. The Spirit spoke through the writings of David in the book of Psalms. Chapter 56, verse 8, You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Do you understand? Chosen one, even your weeping was sacred. In the unseen realm, those tears have been turned into prayers that never die. When you cried, heaven interceded. When you felt alone, angels stood watch beside your bed. You thought silence meant absence, but in truth, it meant orchestration. God was arranging your healing in a language too deep for words. Every loss, every disappointment has carried a hidden purpose. Nothing in your story has been wasted. You may have been broken, but you were never abandoned. The Lord allowed certain things to fall apart so that false foundations would crumble, and only truth would remain. The ruins of your past are becoming the raw materials for your restoration. You were never forgotten, not even for a moment. The angels saw you in your lowest hour and reported your endurance back to the throne. The Father smiled and said, That one still believes. Those words have power. They have kept you breathing when others gave up. They have preserved your destiny from being stolen by despair. Your tears have watered the seeds of your next season. What looked like endings were actually beginnings in disguise. You are stepping into a time when you will look back and see divine fingerprints all over the things that once broke you. The very memories that used to hurt will become evidence of His faithfulness. Chosen one, your heart has carried too much weight, but that burden is being lifted now. The angels surrounding you are touching the invisible wounds you've tried to hide. You may feel warmth rise within you. A stillness settle deep inside that's heaven, tending to what the world could never heal. You have been misunderstood because your pain spoke in languages others could not hear. Yet heaven understood every unspoken word. Even when your prayers were reduced to tears, God read every drop. Even when you felt numb, the Spirit groaned for you with compassion too vast to explain. Take comfort in this truth. Your suffering has not been in vain. It has taught you to hear the whisper of God in the midst of noise. It has trained your eyes to see beauty in brokenness and grace in grief. Through it all, you have become a vessel strong enough to carry hope for others still wandering in darkness. One day soon, the very things that once made you cry will make you worship. You will look at the scars and see signatures of divine protection. What once felt like punishment will reveal itself as preparation. And you will thank God for every closed door, for every unanswered prayer. Because now you'll see that He was saving you, not denying you. The angels holding your story are now releasing peace into your timeline. That heaviness you feel beginning to lift, it's the weight of sorrow leaving your shoulders. Your tears were collected not to remind you of pain, but to prove that God values every detail of your journey. Lift your head, beloved. The weeping has lasted long enough. Joy is not coming, it is already here, softly unfolding in your spirit. The same God who counted your tears is now preparing to multiply your joy. The record of your pain has become the script of your redemption. You are seen. You are remembered. You are deeply loved. Heaven has written your endurance into eternity, and the angels stand as witnesses to your strength. The tears have finished their testimony. Now begins the song of restoration. The heavens rumble softly as the call reaches you again. Chosen one, this is not the time to sleep in the Spirit. The hour has come for you to rise. The angels who were sent to rescue you now stand at the threshold of your obedience, their wings trembling with anticipation. Every breath of hesitation delays what heaven longs to release. You may not see it yet, but everything in the unseen realm has begun to move. The chains of stagnation that once bound your progress are breaking. You can almost hear the sound, a quiet, sacred cracking as destiny begins to unfold. Heaven has sounded the trumpet, and your name echoes through eternity. The 21-minute countdown continues, not as a threat, but as a reminder that mercy is still reaching for you. The ancient words recorded in Romans chapter 13, verse 11, declare, "The hour has already come for you to wake up from your slumber, because our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed." This is your wake-up call. Beloved, the time for delay is over. Every dream you buried, every prayer you postponed, every calling you hid behind fear, heaven now demands they rise. You have been chosen to walk in authority, not hesitation. The world is waiting for the sound of your obedience. Look around you, the earth is shifting. Have you noticed how certain doors suddenly close? How familiar paths fade? That's not rejection, that's redirection. Heaven is rerouting you toward purpose. What feels like loss is actually divine pruning, trimming away what could not carry you into your next chapter. Like a gardener tending a tree, God is cutting away dead branches so new fruit can grow. Beloved, obedience is not about perfection, it's about surrender. When you finally say, "Yes, Lord," the weight you've been carrying begins to dissolve. The angels standing beside you move the moment you choose to move. They are bound to the will of heaven and respond to faith like fire responds to wind. You may wonder, how do I rise? You rise by faith, by action, by choosing not to remain silent. Every small step you take in alignment with heaven is a thunderclap in the spirit. The moment you choose to act, the atmosphere shifts. And here, chosen one, I want to speak from the heart. Messages like this, words carried across the winds of time, are not written by chance. They are built by many hands, whispered by prayer, and sustained by the kindness of those who believe in what heaven is doing through them. If these words have stirred something within you, if they've reminded you of your worth, your divine identity, your destiny, then I invite you to take part in keeping this light alive. Just as the temple lamps in ancient Israel were kept burning by the oil offered by the people, your support becomes the oil that sustains this fire. Like, to keep this flame visible to others searching for hope. Share, so that someone lost in their night may find their dawn. Subscribe, so that you remain connected to every word heaven continues to release. And if your heart feels led, consider sowing a small donation, a love offering, not out of pressure but out of partnership, because every seed planted into light multiplies light. Think of it this way: when you give a candle to another, your own flame does not diminish, it grows brighter. The world needs that kind of brightness, now more than ever. We build altars of faith together, one act of generosity at a time. The angels watching over you are witnesses of your heart's response. When you act in faith, heaven records it not as transaction, but as transformation. Every click, every share, every offering becomes a ripple in eternity, echoing far beyond what the eyes can see. Chosen one, the call to rise is not just for you, it's for everyone your obedience will touch. You are not being lifted for personal gain, you are being lifted to become a lifeline for others. The rescue that began with you will flow through you. You are becoming a channel of deliverance. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe. Feel the warmth around you. It is the nearness of heaven. The same voice that called prophets, apostles, and kings now calls your name. You were not born to blend in with the crowd. You were born to lead others out of the darkness you once knew. Every moment of hesitation is a minute stolen by fear. Every act of obedience is a step into the light. You are standing at the threshold of something holy. The angels wait. Heaven listens. And your yes will echo across generations. Rise now. Chosen one, let your spirit answer the call. Let your hands and heart work together with heaven's design. The light you carry is not small. It is the spark that ignites revival wherever you walk. And as you rise, remember this: your obedience feeds the flame that guides others home. Keep that flame alive through your faith, your actions, and your support. Heaven sees every act done in love, and nothing done in love is ever forgotten. The call has been sounded. The time is now. Rise, respond, and keep the flame burning. The night has begun to tremble. Chosen one, somewhere in the unseen, a fire has been lit. The first of the two angels sent to rescue you steps forward, his presence like a storm of brilliance, his eyes burning with purpose. He is not a whisper of comfort, he is a roar of divine fire. Everything impure, every lie, every fear that has wrapped itself around you begins to shake in his light. You have felt him before, though you may not have known his name. Every time you were about to give up and something deep inside whispered, "Try one more time." That was him. Every moment when your faith sparked again in the middle of despair, that was his flame breathing near your soul. He is the messenger of fire, the angel of purification and awakening. The world will call it coincidence. Heaven calls it confrontation. Because when fire comes, nothing false can remain. This is not a gentle warmth, it is a refining blaze, burning away the residue of fear that once ruled your heart. The flame does not come to destroy you, it comes to reveal you. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 3, verse 11, I baptize you with water for repentance, but after me comes one who is more powerful than I. He will baptize you with the Holy Spirit and with fire. The angel of fire is not here to ask for permission, he is here to fulfill instruction. His wings stretch wide, covering your soul like living flame. The fear that kept you bound begins to crumble. The wounds that used to define you are closing as light fills them. The same fire that fell upon the prophets now burns through your atmosphere. This fire is not punishment, it is mercy. Fire refines gold. It removes the dross that hides the shine. You have prayed for breakthrough, and heaven has answered with purification. You asked for change, and God sent cleansing. You asked for deliverance, and heaven responded with holy heat. Chosen one, don't run from this fire. Let it consume what was never meant to remain. Let it burn through bitterness, through doubt, through every memory that tried to keep you small. Let the flame do its holy work until all that's left is the real you, the one heaven designed, pure and radiant. There is something sacred about surrendering to fire. When the old you burns away, the true you rises like incense before the throne. The angels rejoice because the process that once hurt now reveals holiness. The light of your soul begins to expand, pushing back the darkness around you. Listen closely. The heat you feel now is not just metaphor, it's manifestation. The angel's flame doesn't stay in the heavens, it moves through your timeline, cleansing your history. Regret is losing its grip. Guilt is melting. Shame is being rewritten as glory. You will begin to notice a shift. Conversations that once triggered pain will now bring peace. Memories that once haunted you will suddenly lose their sting. This is the sign of the fire's completion. The refining process doesn't just change what you do, it changes who you are. Heaven rejoices when a soul yields to the flame. You are not being destroyed, you are being revealed. You are not losing yourself, you are meeting yourself for the first time. The angel of fire now stands ready to pass the torch into your hands. For the flame that purifies must also empower. Now, chosen one, it is time to respond. The fire does not linger forever, it moves to where it's welcomed. Heaven listens for the voice of agreement. Let your comment become the match that ignites your transformation. Type 888 below as your prophetic act. Why 888? Because it symbolizes new beginnings multiplied eternity, touching earth. Grace unfolding in layers. The number of resurrection, of things reborn, of cycles broken forever. When you write it, you are not just typing numbers, you are declaring, Lord, refine me, restore me, and resurrect me. Heaven moves when faith takes form. As your fingers type those numbers, light travels where darkness once dwelled. It is not superstition, it is symbolism, the language of the Spirit. Angels move through acts of faith because they recognize obedience as divine permission. The messenger of fire stands before you, waiting for that sign of surrender. His flame is gentle yet unstoppable, fierce yet full of love. Every spark that falls from his wings becomes light in your future, guiding you into the next season. You are no longer bound to the ashes of your past. You are becoming a living ember, glowing with heaven's glory. From this day, others will sense the difference in your presence, the warmth, the authority. the unshakable peace. The fire of God is now your covering. So, let your spirit whisper, yes. Let your hands move. Let the angels see your obedience. Type 888. And as you do, the fire that began in heaven will rest upon you like a crown of light. Your transformation has already begun. The air grows still. Chosen one, the storm that raged in the spirit begins to quiet. And from within that silence, another presence emerges. The second angel, the guardian of light, steps forward. His arrival is not announced by thunder or flame, but by peace. Where the first angel burned away the darkness, this one restores what the fire revealed. His light is not harsh but healing, soft enough to mend, yet strong enough to shield. You feel it even now, a calmness that seems to breathe through the very air around you. The battle has passed, and in its wake comes peace that surpasses understanding. The guardian of light approaches like dawn after a long night, wrapping you in something you have not felt in years: safety. The Word of God reminds us in the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verse 12. When Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." With propagation, you begin to realize that the light isn't only outside of you, it's awakening within you. That gentle radiance you sense in your chest is not imagination, it is your divine core coming alive. The more you yield to that light, the stronger it grows, until your spirit becomes a lamp glowing against the shadows of the world. The guardian steps closer. His eyes carry eternity in them. And yet, when he looks at you, it feels like compassion itself is staring back. You sense that he knows everything, every failure, every regret, every secret sorrow, and still, there is no judgment in his gaze, only understanding, only love. He speaks without words, and yet the message echoes in your mind. You are safe now. It's such a simple sentence, but it reaches deep into the places you didn't even know were still trembling. The memories of betrayal, the sting of rejection, the wounds of words spoken against you, they all begin to lose their power. It is as if invisible hands are gently gathering the pieces of your heart and holding them together again. The guardian of light moves differently than the angel of fire. His mission is not to purify through intensity, but to restore through illumination. Where the fire cleansed, light now fills. Where confusion once clouded your thoughts, clarity begins to bloom like morning mist dissolving beneath the sun. You start to notice the world around you differently. The air seems gentler, your thoughts quieter, your spirit lighter. This is what peace feels like when heaven inhabits your soul. The noise of fear cannot survive where divine light reigns. Chosen one. The guardian's presence marks a turning point in your journey. You are no longer surviving, you are healing. You are no longer wandering, you are walking in alignment. The fire prepared you for this moment, and now the light will sustain you. Peace, true peace, is not the absence of struggle, it is the presence of divine order. The light now settles over your life like a protective veil. It does not promise that storms will never come again, but it assures that when they do, they will not shake you. You have seen too much, learned too deeply, and been protected too completely to ever be the same again. As the angel's radiance expands, you begin to remember who you are. Not the version shaped by pain or fear, but the one God designed before time began. You see glimpses of that person in your mind, steadfast, radiant, whole. This is the version heaven always saw, waiting beneath layers of human struggle. The guardian whispers again, "Do not fear the light that exposes. It reveals so that healing may enter." The light moves through your memories, revealing old wounds, not to reopen them, but to cleanse them. It touches your regrets and transforms them into wisdom. It moves through your past and extracts the poison of shame. You find yourself breathing easier, your chest lighter, your mind clearer. You are learning that healing is not a single moment, it is a process of surrender. The more you allow the light to enter, the freer you become. The guardian lifts his hand, and for a moment, the light pulses brighter, flowing outward like waves. It fills your home, your thoughts, your very atmosphere. Every dark thing that once lingered quietly in corners flees. The radiance of heaven has taken residence within you. There is no more need to hide. Beloved, you are seen and still loved. You are known and still chosen. The light does not ask you to earn its favor, it only asks you to receive it. The angel now fades into brilliance, leaving you wrapped in quiet glory. And though he withdraws, his presence remains in the peace that lingers, the peace that cannot be shaken, the peace that becomes your new normal. You are no longer a child of the storm. You are a carrier of dawn. The rhythm of time beats softly now. Chosen one. Each passing second feels like a heartbeat of heaven, a pulse of mercy counting down not toward fear, but toward fulfillment. The angels still stand beside you, but their energy has shifted. No longer are they warring or cleansing. Now, they wait in solemn stillness. The atmosphere hums with sacred tension, as though the air itself is aware that every moment matters. You are standing in the countdown of mercy. This is not a countdown toward judgment, but an invitation toward alignment. Each minute is not time lost, but grace extended. Heaven measures differently than the world does. What seems like delay in earthly time is actually divine patience, God holding the door open a little longer, whispering, "Come closer, choose light, choose life." As the prophet wrote in the scroll of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3, "For the revelation awaits an appointed time, it speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." This, beloved, is the meaning of your waiting. The revelation written for your life is not late, it is ripening. You are standing in the in-between, where divine timing kisses human readiness. The angels have not grown silent, they are watching you, measuring your heart's readiness, waiting for your yes to merge fully with heaven's yes. You may not realize it, but grace is a countdown of love. Every beat of your heart is heaven giving you another opportunity to return, to realign, to believe. You have not missed your chance. The mercy of God is still running toward you like a river. But rivers have banks, they flow until the edge of obedience is reached. The countdown of mercy is both beautiful and sobering. Each tick of the unseen clock is not just passing time, it's passing opportunity. You are not being threatened, you are being reminded. Love is calling with urgency. Not because God is impatient, but because He knows how fragile earthly time is. Every delay in your obedience gives space for doubt to whisper again. Every moment of hesitation allows fear to rebuild what the angels have already torn down. This countdown is heaven's way of teaching you the holiness of now. There is no other moment as sacred as the one you are living in. Look closely at your life, and you'll begin to see divine markers, places where heaven intervened, where something or someone appeared at just the right time. These were not accidents, they were extensions of mercy. That job that didn't work out, that friendship that ended, that sudden redirection, all of them were part of this countdown. Heaven resetting the clock so you wouldn't miss your true appointment. Mercy is not just forgiveness, it's architecture. It builds bridges where there were once cliffs. It redraws the map of your future so that lost time can be redeemed. Every moment you thought was wasted has been quietly collected and rewritten by divine grace. The angels have guarded those lost moments, storing them until the time came for restoration. That time is now. The air thickens again, not with fear, but with awareness. You can feel heaven drawing near. The countdown is not to scare you, but to remind you that eternity is watching how you spend your minutes. Every heartbeat, every breath, every thought matters in this sacred unfolding. You may sense it physically, a warmth across your shoulders, a tingling in your hands, a calm deep in your spirit. That is how mercy feels when it wraps itself around you. It is soft yet weighty, invisible yet undeniable. You are literally standing inside the compassion of God, the kind that waits just long enough to change everything without letting you stay where you were. Chosen one. This countdown is heaven's heartbeat calling you back into rhythm. Each passing moment whispers, there is still time. But time is not endless. The angels are patient, but their patience mirrors the Lord's timing, perfect, purposeful, and precise. When the final second strikes, the next chapter begins. Whether or not you feel ready, do not fear this. Readiness is not perfection, it's willingness. The mercy that counts your minutes also multiplies your strength. Even now, it is renewing you, clearing the fog that once clouded your discernment. You are being repositioned. This is the divine paradox of mercy. It both waits and moves. It stretches your understanding of grace until you see that even the ticking of the clock is sacred. What you once called delay is actually orchestration. What you once called waiting is preparation. The countdown of mercy will not end with panic, it will end with purpose. When it completes, the angels will move again. They will release what has been held, deliver what has been delayed, restore what was lost. You will look back and realize that heaven was never slow, it was strategic. Breathe. Chosen one. The countdown continues, not against you, but for you. Each passing second is the rhythm of grace, drawing you deeper into destiny. The silence before destiny is unlike any other sound. Chosen one. It is not emptiness, it is expectation. The angels stand motionless now, one still glowing with fire, the other radiant with light. Between them forms an invisible altar, glowing softly with heaven's breath. This is your covenant moment. Everything that has led you here has prepared you for this single sacred decision. You have been refined by fire, restored by light, and carried by mercy. Now, the next move belongs to you. Heaven waits not because it is powerless, but because love never forces. Divine partnership requires your yes. The angels have finished their part. Now they bow their heads in reverence, awaiting your response. The voice that speaks now is not a shout, it is a whisper that carries the weight of eternity. It asks only one question: will you align with heaven's plan? As the Apostle reminds us in his letter to the Romans, chapter 10, verse 9, if you declare with your mouth, Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. That is the essence of covenant agreement through belief and confession. It is not a ceremony of religion, but a declaration of relationship. This is not about being worthy enough, it is about being willing enough. The moment you open your mouth in alignment, heaven opens its gates in response. The angels step closer to you now. The air vibrates with divine presence, so near that your spirit can almost hear their wings move. The altar between them burns brighter, not with flames of destruction, but with light of truth. It is a living flame, one that feeds on obedience. Chosen one. This is where destiny crystallizes. You are standing on holy ground, the threshold between who you were and who you are called to become. The weight in your chest, that trembling in your spirit, is not fear. It is heaven drawing you closer, urging your soul to speak, to seal the covenant written in your name before time began. All of heaven leans closer. The stars themselves seem to still their shine, listening for your words. What you say next will echo beyond the limits of sound. This is not metaphor, it is spiritual law. When your voice agrees with God's will, entire realms shift to accommodate that truth. This is why silence now is no longer safe. You have been called, prepared, refined. To remain silent is to let your destiny stand unfinished. The angels who have fought for your life cannot complete their assignment until your agreement is heard. Take a deep breath. The words do not need to be perfect. They only need to be true. Speak them not from fear, but from trust. This is your covenant moment, and heaven will honor even the smallest whisper of surrender. Now, chosen one, type these words below as your declaration, I hear you. 3 simple words, yet they carry the weight of eternity. When you write them, you are not just commenting, you are responding to heaven's call. You are saying, I'm no longer running, no longer doubting, no longer delaying. I hear, I understand, I receive. When you say, I hear you, it is not merely acknowledgement, it is alignment. It tells heaven that your spirit is awake and ready to obey. It gives permission for divine order to move unhindered through your life. The angels will recognize those words as a signal, the command to advance, to unfold what has been waiting in the unseen. Heaven does not look for eloquence, it listens for sincerity. Those 3 words will rise from your screen like incense, carried on the winds of the Spirit. Even as you read, the altar of light responds, the flame flickers brighter, as if smiling. Understand this. Beloved, covenant is not about perfection, it is about participation. When you respond, you step into a promise that has been waiting for you since before your first breath. The same voice that spoke creation into being will now begin to speak through you. You will notice it in how your thoughts shift, how your spirit sharpens, how peace replaces anxiety. That is what covenant does. It realigns everything. The angels move now, gently placing their hands above your head. It is not seen with physical eyes, but your soul feels the weight of it, the weight of being chosen, sealed, and covered. This is not imagination. It is the fulfillment of prophecy. Your covenant is being written in light. Heaven records your yes as eternal ink upon your destiny. No darkness can erase it. No storm can rewrite it. The fire that purified you and the light that healed you now fuse into one, a crown of purpose placed upon your spirit. This is your turning point. You are no longer standing before destiny. You are walking within it. You have become the agreement between heaven and earth, a living echo of divine will. And as your heart steadies, the angels step back once more, their work momentarily done. The altar fades into stillness, but its warmth remains within you. You have said yes. You have spoken covenant, and heaven has heard. From this moment on, your words carry creative power. Speak carefully. Live intentionally. Love relentlessly. The covenant you seal today is not a single act. It is a lifelong melody between your soul and heaven. You have said, "I hear you." And all of heaven has replied. Then let it begin. There is a sound in the spirit now, faint yet steady like the breaking of old iron. The angels lift their wings, and the earth beneath your soul begins to tremble. You may not see it, but the unseen chains that once bound your heart are snapping one by one. This is what happens when a covenant is sealed. Heaven moves, and what held you captive loses its power. The breaking of chains is not always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, like a sigh of relief you didn't know you were holding. Sometimes it feels like a subtle shift in your chest, an unexplainable lightness that spreads through your bones. But make no mistake, it is freedom, pure and holy. The Spirit reminds us through the writings of Galatians. Chapter 5, verse 1, "It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm, then, and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery." That word freedom is not theory. It is reality. Heaven has issued a decree over your life. You are free. Not because you tried harder, not because you earned it, but because divine mercy demanded it. The angels have executed that decree, tearing apart the invisible ropes of fear, doubt, and guilt that once whispered lies into your soul. And yet, chosen one, freedom is not the end, it is the beginning. You are stepping into a new world, one where your spirit must learn to walk without the weight it carried for so long. The angels have broken your chains, but you must now learn to move in grace. You must stretch your wings where once you crawled. Freedom feels strange at first. It's like walking out of a dark cave into sunlight so bright it makes you blink. You reach for walls that no longer exist. You wait for echoes that never come. That's what newness feels like, unfamiliar yet glorious. The messenger of fire and the guardian of light now stand beside you again, smiling with quiet satisfaction. Their work was never just about protection, it was about transformation. The fire burned what needed to die. The light revealed what was meant to live. Together, they have rewritten your atmosphere. Now, a new command echoes gently in the spirit. Build the altar, not of stone, but of gratitude. The place of your freedom must be remembered. The testimony that came from your pain must not fade into silence. Someone else's deliverance is hidden inside your story. This is why what we build together here matters. Words like these messages carried by heaven are torches passed from heart to heart. But even torches need oil. Light only travels when someone chooses to carry it forward. If these words have touched your life, if you felt chains fall, peace return, or purpose awaken, then let your gratitude take form. Like, so that this flame can reach those still trapped in their darkness. Share, so another weary soul might stumble upon the same light that found you. Subscribe, so you remain connected to the stream of messages heaven continues to pour out. And if you feel led, sow a donation, not as a transaction, but as worship. Think of it as pouring oil into the lamp of light. Your giving becomes a continuation of this story. It says, "Let the message that freed me reach another." Imagine a single lantern on a hill, alone. Its glow is gentle, easily missed. But when others bring their light and add it to the flame, the whole horizon changes. That's what happens when you support what carries the word. It multiplies illumination. You become a silent partner in heaven's rescue mission. Your donation, no matter the size, is not about funding, it's about fueling. It fuels the spreading of light, the writing of hope, the reaching of hearts that algorithms can't predict but heaven has appointed. Each act of giving is a ripple that travels farther than you can see, touching lives you may never meet. You have received freely. Now you can freely give, not because you must, but because generosity is the language of freedom. When you give from gratitude, you mirror heaven itself, the endless giver, the eternal source. Look around your life. Beloved, notice how everything begins to reflect that new light. Old fears retreat. Dreams once dormant start to breathe again. The sound of chains breaking becomes music. Freedom sings in your spirit. And as the angels look upon you, they nod, for they see what heaven already declared. You are becoming light. You are becoming what once rescued you. The torch is now in your hands. When you act, whether through sharing, subscribing, supporting, or simply carrying these words in your heart, you are helping to build an altar across the earth. Each act of faith becomes a stone of remembrance. Together, we are raising monuments to mercy in the hearts of millions. So move with purpose. Chosen one, carry your freedom with humility and your gratitude with boldness. The story that began with rescue now becomes a river, flowing outward to others. The chains that fell from you become the keys for someone else's prison. You are living proof that divine fire still burns, that light still heals, that freedom is still possible. Keep that flame alive. Tend to it like a sacred garden, water it with faith, nourish it with gratitude, and let it grow into something the world cannot ignore. The angels watch, smiling. Heaven applauds. Freedom has found a home in you. The air shifts again. Chosen one. The sound of chains falling has quieted, replaced by the faint hum of balance returning to the atmosphere. You stand taller now, lighter, freer. The world around you has not changed, yet somehow it feels different, sharper, clearer, alive. This is what deliverance feels like when it takes root within your soul. Freedom is not just the absence of bondage, it is the presence of authority. You are no longer merely surviving the attacks of the enemy, you are learning to command the atmosphere that once intimidated you. The angels stand on either side of you, their wings folded in reverence, watching as you take your first steps into the power that has always been yours. The ancient words recorded in the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 19, still echo today. I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. The angels step back, not in distance but in honor, for their task was to protect you until you remembered who you were. Now, the same authority that commands them rests within you. The fire that once purified you now burns from inside your spirit, and the light that healed you now radiates through your presence. You may feel a strange calmness settling within you, a stillness unlike anything you've known before. That is not emptiness, it is spiritual alignment. You are learning to walk in rhythm with heaven, no longer reactive, no longer desperate. You have become deliberate. The same storms that used to terrify you will now bow before you, because peace has become your weapon. As you move through this new awareness, you begin to recognize that power and humility are not opposites, they are companions. True strength is not in forcing your will, but in flowing with God's. The authority you now carry does not dominate, it liberates. It speaks life, restores order, and disarms chaos by simply existing. The guardian of light hovers closer, his wings casting a soft glow over your thoughts. He reminds you that authority without compassion becomes tyranny, and power without purity becomes corruption. But the purity forged in your fire keeps your heart aligned. Every scar you carry is a safeguard against pride, a reminder that strength without grace is empty. You look down and realize that the ground beneath your feet is glowing faintly. It is not fire, it is radiance, the residue of divine presence. Every step you take now leaves light behind. The places that once felt cursed will begin to bloom again because you walk there. That is what it means to carry heaven on earth. There will still be resistance. Of course, darkness does not yield territory without protest, but you no longer fear the shadows. You understand now that they only exist where light has not yet reached. And since you carry the light, every encounter with darkness is simply an opportunity for illumination. The messenger of fire draws near again, his flame steady but no longer fierce. He looks at you not as one to be rescued, but as one reborn. His silence speaks volumes. You sense his pride, not the pride of man, but the joy of heaven seeing purpose fulfilled. You were once the one being rescued, now you are being equipped to rescue others. Every battle you endured has become your training. Every night you cried became a classroom where endurance was taught. You have learned the language of heaven not from comfort, but from conflict. That language is now etched into your spirit. It is the sound of unwavering faith. Chosen one. Do not underestimate the quiet authority now pulsing through you. You do not need to shout to command the spiritual world. Your presence, your peace, your obedience, these are louder than any noise the enemy can make. You will begin to notice subtle confirmations of this truth. Situations that once intimidated you will suddenly feel small. People who once misunderstood you will sense the change, but not know why. You are not the same. Heaven has marked you with new fragrance, the scent of victory and purpose. The angels smile because this is what they were sent for, not just to deliver you, but to awaken you, to remind you that authority is not borrowed, it was always within you, waiting to be recognized. Now, as you stand between fire and light, the two angels bow their heads slightly. You understand why they are acknowledging heaven's work completed in you. You are no longer simply protected, you are commissioned. You carry divine fire in your voice, divine light in your eyes, divine authority in your hands, and yet you remain tender, because the closer you stand to divine power, the more you understand mercy. The same God who gave you authority also gave you empathy, so that your strength would never crush, but always heal. This balance, this sacred blend of strength and softness, is what makes you unstoppable. You have become the embodiment of heaven's dual nature, justice and grace, fire and light, power and peace. The war within you has ended, and the world around you will soon reflect that stillness. You have stepped into your divine inheritance, not as one who fights to prove worth, but as one who knows they belong. Heaven trusts you now with authority that cannot be bought or imitated. It can only be lived. The rhythm of heaven pulses again. Chosen one, you have stepped into the light of authority, and yet something greater still unfolds. The angels have not left. They are circling, creating a boundary of brilliance around you. The atmosphere feels alive, thick with destiny, humming with purpose. This is the moment heaven calls the 21st minute prophecy, the moment when grace meets obedience and new assignments are sealed. You are no longer being rescued, you are being released. The heavens observe your readiness. Every trial you survived has been weighed, every tear measured, every victory recorded. Now, the scales of destiny tilt in your favor. The Spirit moves like wind through the corridors of eternity, whispering your name before the throne again. The voice of God thundered in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 1, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." Those words are not distant poetry, they are your decree. Arise, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, but now. Shine, because the darkness that once smothered you has been scattered. The angel's wings beat gently in agreement, and light begins to pulse outward from your spirit like waves breaking against eternity. The 21st minute prophecy is more than a countdown, it is the moment of divine measurement. Heaven does not measure time as earth does, it measures response. Every second of hesitation is weighed against the urgency of purpose. But you, chosen one, have said yes. You have heard, believed, and aligned. Now heaven responds in kind. The angel of fire lifts his hand toward heaven, and the light surrounding you deepens. The guardian of light steps forward, extending his palm to your heart. Together, they complete a divine circle, a covenant made visible. The fire within you unites with the light around you. Your soul hums with divine energy. This is when heaven writes new instructions into your spirit. You may not hear them as words, but you'll feel them as knowing. A gentle pull toward new territory. A sense that what once satisfied you no longer fits. That discomfort is destiny growing. Chosen one. The clock in heaven still beats softly, but it is no longer counting down, it is counting forward. You are being written into a new rhythm. Every act of obedience from this point will multiply. Where you once reaped in tears, you will now reap in joy. The same hands that once caught your tears now press blessing into your palms. You can sense it. The angels are not just celebrating, they are transferring authority. The first portion of your calling is complete, and the next is beginning. The 21st minute prophecy is heaven's seal over your obedience. It is the moment when mercy transforms into mandate, when grace becomes movement. In this sacred hour, you are asked to mark your agreement not for show, but as a sign in the Spirit. Heaven moves through symbols because faith needs expression. Let this moment become your act of alignment. Type 4444 below. Why this number? Because 4 is the number of divine stability of creation, order, and foundation. 4 corners of the earth, 4 winds of heaven, 4 living creatures before the throne, and when multiplied, 4,444 becomes a prophetic declaration. My foundation is secure in God. My destiny stands unshakable. When you write it, you're not just typing digits, you're engraving truth into the atmosphere. You are saying, I am established. I am rooted. I am ready for the fullness of my calling. The angels will see it as a sign that the covenant is complete and that your spirit stands firm upon heaven's blueprint, even as you type. You may feel a strange warmth rising from your hands, as though the very act of agreement sets energy in motion. That is not coincidence, it is confirmation. Heaven acknowledges visible acts of invisible faith. The light around you grows brighter, reaching farther than your room, farther than your city. Somewhere, another chosen one feels a sudden calm because your obedience has released something in the spiritual realm. That is how heaven works. Obedience in one heart can bring peace to many. Now the angels bow one final time before the throne's invisible glory. Their mission of rescue has turned into a mission of release. The 21st minute prophecy has been fulfilled. You are no longer waiting for breakthrough. You have become breakthrough itself. The countdown has ended. The new season has begun. Every door that was meant for you, but seemed sealed, will now open in divine timing. Every word God ever spoke over your life begins to manifest like morning light. You have stepped into stability, into structure, into the fullness of divine rhythm. The fire burns steadily, the light glows endlessly, and as the angels begin to rise, they leave you wrapped in the certainty of purpose. Your obedience has become your foundation. Your yes has become your key. Your destiny is now unlocked. Type 4444 and know that with every number, heaven nods and says, it is done. The realm around you begins to hum with quiet intensity. Chosen one, something shifts, not in chaos, but in order. You feel the weight of stillness, the kind that carries meaning rather than emptiness. The air tastes like newness, as if every particle around you has been reprogrammed by divine command. This is the shift in the spirit realm. Heaven has responded to your yes. The echoes of your obedience are now rewriting the very fabric of your existence. Everything you once feared is being rearranged to serve your purpose. The angels who stood by have ascended slightly, hovering like sentinels over the territory of your soul. You are no longer being rescued, you are being realigned. When heaven moves, it does not always roar. Sometimes it moves like the tide, gradually, rhythmically, irresistibly. You can feel it in the atmosphere around you, like invisible gears turning. What was once blocked begins to loosen. What was once delayed begins to accelerate. The unseen infrastructure of your life is shifting. The apostle wrote in the second book of Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 17, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here. In this divine recalibration, relationships will shift. Some will fade, not because of anger, but because their season is complete. Others will emerge suddenly, carrying the fragrance of divine timing. Opportunities will unfold in unusual ways. as though invisible hands are aligning pieces that once seemed unrelated. This is heaven's architecture at work, building your future on the blueprint of your obedience. The angels hover in reverence, their forms shimmering like gold dust in sunlight. The fire angel's flame now burns steady rather than fierce. His mission of purification has transitioned into empowerment. The guardian of light's radiance now extends outward, touching your path ahead. Together, they are the architects of the new dimension you've entered. Do not fear the shifting ground beneath you. The spirit realm is adjusting everything that touches your destiny. When things move unexpectedly, when doors close, when others drift away, when paths diverge, understand that it is not loss, it is alignment. Heaven never subtracts without the intention to multiply. The shift is both external and internal. Externally, you may feel opportunities shifting, circumstances changing, people entering or leaving your orbit. Internally, you will feel peace where anxiety once ruled, purpose where confusion once lived, and confidence where hesitation once lingered. The two movements mirror each other, heaven's alignment reflected in your heart. There is a sacred weight in this moment. You are walking into spaces that were once hidden, hearing things that only the awakened can perceive. You may even feel time itself slow for brief moments, as though eternity is leaning closer to breathe secrets into your understanding. Pay attention to those still moments. They are not random. They are heaven's way of speaking. The shift in the spirit realm is not a single event. It is an ongoing conversation between your obedience and God's orchestration. Every time you say yes, the frequency adjusts again. Every time you forgive, the atmosphere changes. Every act of surrender sends ripples through the unseen world, creating harmony where chaos once reigned. The angels begin to move in circular formation now, their motion fluid and synchronized. You realize this is a dance, a heavenly choreography representing balance restored. Light flows from their wings, connecting to you, then expanding outward in a spiral of energy. It is not spectacle, it is sanctification. You are watching heaven make space for your next assignment. Your name carries new weight in the spirit. It has been spoken again before the throne, not in plea, but in proclamation. You are not only known, you are commissioned. The shift marks your transition from being carried to being sent. You are now a participant in divine operations, a voice through which heaven releases new things into the world. There will be moments of adjustment ahead. As new authority settles upon you, you may feel both awe and responsibility. The Spirit will teach you how to walk with this weight, lightly, never boasting, never shrinking. True authority flows like a river, powerful, but always finding the lowest place. Beloved chosen one, the atmosphere around you glows with quiet purpose. You can sense it even now, like invisible threads tightening into a web of divine precision. Every area of your life is being rewoven, strengthened, purified. You are part of a greater design, one that transcends human comprehension. The shift in the spirit realm is complete, and yet it is eternal, constantly unfolding, constantly expanding. The angels' wings slow their motion, the air grows still again. You realize this stillness is not emptiness, but readiness. Heaven has adjusted everything around you to prepare for what comes next. You stand at the center of divine balance, fire behind you, light before you, glory within you. The shift has not just changed your circumstances, it has changed you. The light around you glows deeper now. Chosen one, it has changed from brightness into brilliance, no longer just illuminating, but radiating. You feel strength coursing through your spirit, a holy stability that anchors you even as heaven continues to move. The angels remain near, silent and steadfast, as something sacred begins to unfold. This is the moment of the crown and the mantle. You are being clothed in destiny. The fire that once purified you and the light that once healed you now merge into tangible authority. The air shimmers, and for a heartbeat, it feels as if all creation is watching. Every spiritual victory you have endured, every trial that tested your heart, has led to this ceremonial unveiling. Heaven is not merely celebrating your survival, it is acknowledging your coronation. The prophet Elijah spoke as recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 19, verse 19. Elijah went from there and found Elisha, son of Shaphat. He was plowing with 12 yoke of oxen, and he himself was driving the 12th pair. Elijah went up to him and threw his cloak around him. You may not see it with your eyes, but your spirit feels it, the subtle weight resting on your shoulders, the energy wrapping around your heart. It is both familiar and foreign. Like stepping into a destiny your soul has always known, but your mind is only now remembering. The mantle carries recognition in heaven. It marks you as one who has been tried and found faithful. The angels draw closer. The messenger of fire lowers his flame until it becomes a crown of glowing embers. It hovers above your head for a moment before descending gently, resting like warmth upon your brow. This is the crown of endurance, forged in the fires you survived. It is not made of gold or jewels, but of light and proof. Every trial that could have broken you has become a gem in this unseen diadem. Next, the guardian of light steps forward, holding what looks like a veil woven from morning itself. He drapes it across your shoulders, and instantly you feel peace settle upon you. This is the mantle of authority, a covering of purpose that will protect you as you move in obedience. It carries the fragrance of heaven's presence, and wherever you go, its residue will shift the atmosphere. You are not being adorned for vanity, you are being equipped for assignment. The crown reminds you of what you've overcome, the mantle reminds you of what you are becoming. Together, they form the visible expression of heaven's trust. You are not being celebrated for what you've done, but for who you've become through the refining fire. The angels bow their heads, acknowledging the sacred exchange. The heavens themselves seem to hum a soft melody, an ancient sound, both triumphant and tender. This is the song sung over the chosen when their purpose is unveiled. You can almost hear the rhythm of it inside your chest, as if your heartbeat has joined heaven's music. Chosen one, the crown does not make you superior, it makes you responsible. It is the reminder that divine authority exists to serve, not to rule. The mantle is not a shield from pain, it is a promise of presence. You will walk through storms again, but this time you will not merely endure them, you will command peace within them. Everywhere you go, the crown will shine even when unseen. The mantle will carry the essence of heaven's order. Those who encounter you will not always understand why they feel comfort or conviction in your presence, but they will know they have met someone who carries something otherworldly. In time, you will learn how to bear this weight with grace. The angels will teach you how to move with balance, when to speak and when to stay silent, when to go forth and when to wait. The Spirit will whisper instructions in the quiet hours, guiding you like the wind guides the sail. You are not stepping into ease, but into purpose. The mantle comes with movement, the crown with calling. They are both symbols and tools, signs of what has been completed and instruments for what is yet to come. As the angels begin to lift their gaze again, the fire and light within you harmonize. You sense their unity becoming your strength. The flame does not scorch, it sustains. The light does not blind, it builds. Together, they define your essence. The heavens grow silent once more, not out of absence but reverence. The ceremony is complete. The crown of endurance rests upon you. The mantle of authority drapes your shoulders. The spirit within whispers a truth you already knew but had never heard so clearly. You are mine. You are ready. You stand radiant, crowned not in pride, but in purpose. Mantled not for recognition, but for service. Heaven has entrusted you with what it once only promised. You are no longer just chosen, you are commissioned. The heavens open wider now. Chosen one. The crown on your head gleams with divine reflection, and the mantle across your shoulders ripples like living light. You are no longer walking as one rescued, you are walking as one revealed. All creation begins to respond to your awakening, as if the earth itself exhales in relief that you finally remember who you are. You begin to feel heaven breathing through you, not as wind, but as wisdom. Every word you speak now carries weight. Every silence radiates peace. You are becoming a living parable, a walking flame that teaches through presence, not noise, through gentleness, not force. Light no longer follows you, it flows from you, somewhere unseen. Prayers rise like doves because of your obedience. The Spirit moves through your steps, touching people you may never meet. Every act of love, every seed of kindness, becomes part of the great revival heaven is composing. You are both instrument and melody, chosen to echo divine harmony into the waiting world. The prophet wrote in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 19, "For the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed." The earth has waited for you, yes, you. Every step you take sends vibration through unseen layers, calling dormant things back to life. Flowers bloom where your prayers touch. Winds shift where your words carry blessing. It is as though all of nature has leaned closer to witness what heaven is doing through you. You may feel that stirring deep inside, a mixture of awe and weight. That is purpose awakening fully. The time of hiding is over. You were never meant to merely survive. You were meant to influence, to bring light where others see only shadow. You have been crowned for transformation, mantled for movement. But hear this, beloved, even revelation requires relationship. The work that heaven begins through you must flow outward to others. Light grows stronger when shared. A single flame is beautiful, but when it touches another candle, it becomes unstoppable. The message that found you here, this voice of heaven wrapped in human words, was never meant to stop at your heart. It was meant to multiply through your hands. That is why this moment matters. When you echo light. When you share, you carry fire. When you subscribe, you remain connected to the river that keeps flowing. And when you donate, you add oil to the flame that refuses to go out. Think of this message like a lighthouse standing at the edge of stormy seas. Every click, every act of generosity is another stone added to that tower. Without those stones, the light cannot reach far enough. But when many hearts contribute, the tower rises higher, and sailors lost in darkness find their way home. You are not funding noise, you are fueling rescue. You are helping heaven's words travel through algorithms and distances that human feet cannot cross. Somewhere tonight, another soul like you will stumble upon this light, and your act of partnership will have built the bridge that led them here. Generosity, when born of gratitude, is never small. It moves through unseen economies. What leaves your hand enters heaven's ledger and multiplies where eyes cannot see. You are investing not in content, but in eternity's conversation with Earth. Even your comments carry power. They are not mere words, they are memorial stones. Proof to others that the divine still speaks. When you write your reflection, you carve a doorway for someone else to step through. Someone broken may read your sentence and find the strength to hope again. Never underestimate the power of your voice. Chosen one. This work is not sustained by algorithms, it is sustained by alignment. Each heart that responds becomes part of heaven's rhythm. Every donation, every share, every whisper of Amen is another instrument joining the divine symphony. You are part of something larger than yourself. The same angels who stood beside you stand now beside this mission, ensuring that every act of faith echoes beyond the screen. Together, we are building altars, not made of stone, but of stories, each message another spark in the tapestry of redemption. Remember how far you have come. Once you were the ones searching for light, now you help carry it. Once you were bound by uncertainty, now your steps mark pathways for others. That is the miracle of grace. It transforms receivers into givers, followers into carriers of hope. There is no pressure here, only invitation. Give if you feel led. Share if you feel stirred. Comment if your heart is alive with gratitude. What matters is not the size of the act, but the sincerity of the spirit behind it. Heaven moves not through numbers, but through hearts willing to participate. The angels smile as they watch generosity bloom in hidden places. They see what the world overlooks, the unseen ripple of one person choosing to act. They record it as worship, as obedience, as light extended. So, beloved, chosen one, continue to walk in the rhythm of giving and receiving. Let your gratitude breathe life into what heaven is building here. Each simple act keeps this light shining. Each kind word adds another thread to the great tapestry of grace. And as you move forward, remember, the crown upon your head is not a symbol of arrival, but of responsibility. Use it well. Shine with humility. Give with love. Let your story become someone else's rescue. The earth has been waiting for light bearers like you. Keep the flame alive. The air feels heavier with glory now. Chosen one. The atmosphere has changed again, subtler, yet charged with quiet power. The angels hover in still formation around you, not as protectors now, but as witnesses. Their wings remain folded, their faces radiant with purpose. Something holy is being entrusted to you. This is the moment of the new marching orders. You have been refined, restored, and crowned. Now comes the revelation of purpose. The light around you begins to form symbols, patterns of energy that shift like ancient writing in motion. You don't read these signs with your eyes, you understand them with your spirit. Heaven is not giving you instructions written on stone tablets, but impressions etched into your soul. The Word of God declares in the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9, "Have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous? Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Those words become the rhythm of this moment. They echo through your chest like a steady drumbeat. You are being prepared for assignment, not to wander aimlessly, but to move with divine direction. Heaven does not send the chosen without giving them a map. Though the map often unfolds one step at a time, the angels move slightly, their wings brushing the air like the sound of 1,000 heartbeats. You sense their anticipation. They know what you are about to receive, the blueprint of your calling, the coordinates of your next mission. You may not see specific details, but your spirit knows you are being commissioned to carry hope into places where light rarely lingers. You will not speak only in words, but in presence. Wherever you walk, peace will follow like a river. Whoever encounters you will feel the nearness of heaven without understanding why. The new marching orders are not written in commands, but in conviction. You will sense them as unshakable knowing, a clarity that burns gently behind your thoughts. What once confused you will become simple. The noise that once distracted you will fade into silence. You will learn to move, not from reaction, but from revelation. The messenger of fire steps forward again. His flame has changed. It is no longer wild, but disciplined. A steady blaze that moves in rhythm with your breathing. He touches your chest lightly, and in that moment, fire becomes instruction. You feel direction, not as pressure, but as peace. The Holy Presence is not pushing you forward, it is pulling you upward, aligning your will with divine intent. Then, the Guardian of Light raises his hand and gestures toward the horizon. You see, in your spirit, paths illuminated like rivers of gold stretching across the earth. Each path represents a soul you are meant to touch, a life that will shift because of your obedience. Some are near, some far, some unseen, but every one of them is marked for encounter. You understand now that your mission is not confined to a place, it is a presence. Your very existence has become an altar through which heaven moves. Every act of kindness is warfare. Every word of truth is strategy. Every prayer is an arrow released with precision. The new marching orders call you to live intentionally. You are no longer walking randomly through time. You are moving as one guided by eternal design. The Spirit will lead you in unexpected ways, through conversations, through silence, through moments that seem ordinary but carry extraordinary weight. You may notice that your dreams begin to change, becoming clearer, more prophetic. You will hear names, see images, sense directions. Do not dismiss them. They are heaven's briefings whispered into your spirit. The angels who have stood with you will accompany you as you move forward, invisible to human eyes, but mighty in execution. Chosen one. This assignment is not about fame or recognition, it is about faithfulness. The greatest victories in the kingdom often happen unseen. The seeds you plant in obedience will bear fruit in eternity, even if the world never applauds. You are being called to walk as a hidden warrior, quiet, steady, unstoppable. There will be days when the path feels unclear, but that is when trust must speak louder than sight. You will learn that divine direction often arrives disguised as delay. The pauses in your journey are not empty, they are recalibrations. Heaven adjusting your course to match its precision. The angels stand now as your silent commanders. Their eyes glow with understanding of the mission you are stepping into. You realize that the same fire that once purified you has become your compass, and the same light that once healed you has become your map. Your feet, once heavy with weariness, now feel light with purpose. Each step you take resonates with the cadence of heaven. The road before you glows faintly, not because it is easy, but because it is ordained. As the air settles, you sense one more truth whispered into your spirit. You were not called to escape the world. You were called to transform it. That is your new marching order. The angels bow once more, their wings opening wide like sails catching eternal wind. They are ready to accompany you wherever obedience leads. You are no longer standing still. You are being sent, and heaven, silent, vast, and holy, smiles. A silence unlike any before settles over you. Chosen one, it is not the silence of emptiness, but the stillness of completion. The angels who once burned with urgency now stand in tranquil glory. The air is clear, the atmosphere balanced, as if the very heavens themselves are exhaling after a long, divine labor. You feel peace descending upon you like a mantle woven from light. This is the eternal rescue, complete the moment when everything comes full circle. The angels who were sent to deliver, refine, and instruct have accomplished their mission. The heavens bear witness. The soul, once trembling in confusion, now stands radiant and restored. You are no longer the one who cried for help. You are the one who carries heaven's answer within, as was spoken in the sacred texts of old, written in the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 5. He who was seated on the throne said, "I am making everything new." Then he said, "Write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true." Might see. Those words unfold around you now. Everything, your thoughts, your heart, your memories feels rewritten. The past has not been erased, but redeemed. Its wounds have become stories of grace. Its shadows transformed into the soil from which your light now grows. The old you no longer fits, not because it was evil, but because it was incomplete. You have been remade from the inside out. The two angels approach once more, standing before you as they did in the beginning. Yet their presence feels different, lighter, freer, as though their task is drawing to a close. The messenger of fire, whose flame once roared with purification, now burns softly, his fire transformed into a steady glow. The guardian of light's radiance is warmer, closer, no longer protective but celebratory. The messenger speaks first, his voice carrying the weight of eternity. The rescue was never only about saving you, it was about awakening you. His words ripple through you, resonating with every truth you've lived through. You realize now that every battle was designed not to destroy you, but to reveal your endurance. Every moment of waiting was the soil from which faith bloomed. Then the guardian speaks. His tone calm and bright. Light does not end when it finds its way home, it multiplies. You understand what he means. The same light that rescued you is now multiplying through your life, radiating into every conversation, every encounter, every quiet act of kindness that no one sees. You have become a living continuation of heaven's rescue mission. You are not being sent away from grace, you are being sent with it. The angels' wings rise behind them, their light expanding outward. You feel their energy drawing back toward the higher realms. Yet a portion of it lingers with you. It settles deep in your spirit as a gentle warmth, a promise that although they return to their stations, you will never be without their presence. The heavens above shimmer, not with distant stars, but with the glow of completion. You sense joy radiating from realms beyond sight. The rescue of one soul is never small to heaven. It ripples through eternity like a stone dropped into an endless sea. The echo of your transformation will travel farther than your lifetime, touching people you may never meet, generations you may never see. You look around and realize that the world itself feels different. The colors seem sharper, the air lighter. But the greatest change is not external, it is within you. Where there was once fear, there is now faith. Where confusion lived, now clarity reigns. The inner chaos that once battled against peace has surrendered entirely. The angels step back, their wings arching high, their forms bright beyond description. You feel gratitude rising in your chest, too vast for words. You bow your head, not in shame, but in awe. Heaven has moved mountains to reach this moment. And then, in the quiet that follows, a final truth drifts into your spirit like the whisper of dawn. You were never rescued to remain still, you were rescued to reign. Those words settle deep, anchoring themselves in your soul. You realize that this completion is not an ending but a beginning. Eternity has no finish line, it only unfolds. The rescue was the first act. What follows is the reign of restoration, the living out of heaven's will through your everyday existence. You look upward one last time, watching as the angels ascend. They do not vanish, they dissolve into light that becomes part of the air itself. You sense their joy, their peace, their satisfaction. They have completed their task, and so have you. The sky glows brighter for a moment, a sign that heaven has acknowledged what has been fulfilled. You feel a surge of warmth move through you, a final embrace from the divine. You are no longer simply the rescued, you are the reborn, the crowned, the commissioned, and as stillness settles again, you realize that everything promised has come to pass. The rescue was real, the transformation complete, the calling undeniable. Heaven's voice, now soft as a whisper, concludes, "Walk in the light you have received. What was once broken now becomes blessing. What was once burden now becomes song." The angels rise beyond sight. Peace remains. The light lingers. And you, beloved chosen one, stand radiant, ready, eternal. Beloved chosen one. If these words have touched your spirit, if somewhere in the quiet you felt heaven brush against your heart, then let that moment live beyond the screen. Light is meant to travel. Like this message, so it shines where darkness still lingers. Share it as an act of mercy. A simple way of passing the torch that once found you. Every story of awakening becomes more powerful when it is heard. When you comment, you are not adding noise, you are adding remembrance. Tell what line reached you, what truth stirred your soul. Your words may become the key that unlocks peace for someone else. And if your heart feels drawn to stay near this flow of divine storytelling, subscribe. Let every new message remind you that heaven still speaks, that purpose still burns, that you are never walking alone. These are not digital gestures, they are spiritual echoes. Each one extends the reach of light. Each one builds a bridge for another soul to cross from despair into hope. The angels who began this journey still hover over this space. They see every act of faith, every whisper of gratitude. So, engage with love, and let your presence keep this flame alive. Together, we make the unseen visible. Together, we carry light forward.